What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I know you just saw my dog walk by behind me. If you are new here, my name is Nicole. I'm a licensed realtor in the state of Rhode Island and Massachusetts, and I'm just bringing you guys all things real estate related. So today I decided to come to you with a different setting because I feel like I'm always in my office, and that's where I feel like I record a majority of my videos in. So I figured I'm gonna go ahead and sit on my living room floor. It's pretty comfy just sitting against this couch, so I figured why not. And today I'm going to be going ahead and answering some of your questions. And he's just literally going to sit right here. He is like the devil, but he's the cutest devil you'll ever meet. So I did a poll the other day asking you guys, what would you rather see, a day in the life or a Q&A? And it was pretty even, so I already did the day in the life, so I figured why not come to you guys with a little Q&A. So we're gonna go ahead and answer some of your questions. All right, so the first question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Basically, that's a very loaded question because I have a lot of goals set for myself for the next 5 to 10 years. But in the next 10 years, I hope to have a very well-established career where I'm constantly closing at least 4 deals per month. And a lot of my business come from past clients, referrals, and my SOI. Not saying that I'm ever going to stop internet leads, but I would like a majority of my business to come from my past clients and referrals. And I'm hoping within the next 5 to 10 years that I will be building my own house. I have particular tastes in what I want in a home, and I feel like while I look through the market, I don't find specifically what I want. And that may change within the next 5 to 10 years, but I'm hoping within the next 5 to 7 that my husband and I can start building our own dream home. I just kind of love the idea. I do a lot of new construction, so I personally just love the idea of customizing your own home to your specific tastes and just design. And I kind of want to go through the whole process myself because I've helped a lot of other clients go through the process, and I kind of just want to go through that on my own. But yeah, that's kind of where I see myself as, you know, my life in real estate wise within the next 10 years. Oh my God, there is fur. Sorry, my dog sheds a lot. He's part husky. So he's a Pomsky. He's part Pomeranian, part husky. I have another one as well. He is 1. My other one is 4, and I don't know where he is, but they're both just such good doggies. If you ever want a dog, I highly recommend getting a Pomsky. Right? Because aren't you perfect? Okay. Next question. Do you ever get anxious making cold calls? If so, how do you overcome it? I used to be terrified. I can't emphasize it enough. I used to be literally terrified of picking up the phone, making phone calls, answering leads, talking to people. It used to scare the living shit out of me, to say the least. But I don't know why I wanted to become a realtor being afraid of the phones, but I did, and it took me a lot to overcome it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still anxious to this day because there's just so many different types of people with different personalities. There's different ways that the conversation flows, and you kind of always need to be on your tippy toes, knowing what to say, how to overcome objection handlers. And it's just every conversation is different. And so I can't necessarily say I overcame it, but I got a lot more comfortable with it. And that just comes with time, repetitiveness, and I just kept doing it no matter what. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to realize that they don't know who you are. When I call internet leads, I personally never use my last name. So if I call somebody, I'll just say, hi, my name's Nicole, I'm with Remax. They don't know who you are. And then they'll finally obviously know my last name once I start getting to talk to them a little bit more, and I'm more comfortable with them, they're more comfortable with me. So like I said, it's not necessarily something that you're probably ever going to overcome. It's just something that you're going to get a lot more confident with the more and more that you do it. You kind of just got to rip that band-aid off and just got to make those phone calls, because the more you do it, the better that you're going to get at talking with people. I remember in the beginning, I was so afraid of what someone was going to say, and I wouldn't know how to like respond. But just have a conversation with the person. You don't always need to come off super salesy. You don't need to always come off like, oh, I want to sell your house, I want to help you buy a home, and that's the only reason why I'm calling for. Kind of just get the feel of the conversation, try to understand the type of personality that they have, and just have a conversation with that person. I've had multiple conversations with people about random things before I even got to the fact about buying and selling real estate, because then you kind of build that value, build that rapport, and they get more comfortable with you. So the conversation can flow a lot easier, and then you could potentially score a client at the end of the day. Next question, what camera do you film on? I film on a Canon SX, I'm reading this right off the camera right now because I honestly don't even know. It's a Canon SX740HS. I got it from Best Buy. It was pretty fairly inexpensive, but I honestly like the camera. I don't see anything wrong with it. It has the viewfinder so I can see myself, which you probably sometimes see me looking at myself sometimes because I forget to look at the actual lens and I look at the actual screen. But I think it's perfect for vlogging. I don't think it takes like the best photos. I haven't really tried it, to be honest, but for vlogging purposes and videos, I think it's perfect. Next question is what questions would you ask a brokerage when you're interviewing with them to become part of their brokerage? Or I'm also going to talk about interviewing with the team leader to be part of their team. So the first question obviously would be what your commission split is. Every team, every brokerage, there's all different types of commission splits. Is it 70-30? Is it 80-20? Is it 50-50? And also obviously ask for the difference between team leads and your own business that you bring in. Because from my experience, I've worked with 2 brokerages, or 3 rather, and the commission splits based on a team lead are always different than a commission split based on a business that you bring in. I don't know how it is in any other state or if they do this, but like I said, all brokerages are different, so that's why you always want to ask these questions. Also ask if there are any other fees that are going to be associated with you being affiliated with that brokerage. Sometimes you'll have monthly fees that you need to pay. You'll have desk rental fees, and also ask if they offer you anything, such as do you get business cards, do you get a CRM, do you get a website, what about signs, what about marketing material, will they help you out with marketing material if you wanted to send out postcards, or if you want to do any ad campaigns or anything like that. See if they would contribute towards anything towards that. I'm not saying one is wrong than the other, not saying if they don't then leave, but I'm just saying kind of just get a feel for what they would provide for you. If you're a new agent, obviously I always recommend going with a team, but see if there's any type of guidance, any type of help from your team leader to kind of help you get your business up and running. If you're offered leads, how many leads are you guaranteed or offered per month? How do the lead systems work? How do you get leads? But remember, you're interviewing the broker, you're interviewing the team leader. They're not interviewing you, because technically all brokerages, all team leaders, they want as many agents as they can get, because that's obviously more money that they can get. So you just obviously want to interview them, ask them these questions, anything that feels super important to you to know before you become affiliated with them, because you obviously want to like who you're working with. You want to enjoy who you're working with. Ask about the other team members. Ask if you can meet the team members before you make your decision as well, if you're deciding to go with the team. Because obviously you're going to want to enjoy who you're working with. Even though you're your own independent contractor, you're working for yourself, you're also going to be around these people a lot, especially with the team. So you just want to make sure that you get along with them, so that way you're comfortable going into the office, comfortable being around them, because when you're with the team, you're usually going to spend a lot of time with them. Next question is your best advice for new realtors. If I haven't said it enough, my biggest tip of advice would to be working with the team, not as a solo agent. Work with a team. I mean, I'm not being biased because I've obviously only known about working with the team, besides one brokerage that I worked with for a short amount of time. But I just can't stress enough how important it is to be with a team who already has branding, who already has the marketing out there, who's already well known for their production. Because once you get under that team, you use the team name to your advantage, you use their volume, their transaction count, you use the team to your advantage. My other tip of advice would to be always keep up with the market trends. Always know what's happening in your market. Try to focus on a couple of cities within your area, depending on what state you're in. I'm in Rhode Island, so it's very small as it is, so I generally do the whole state. But before, I've been doing it for a couple of years, I kind of really only focused on a couple states right around where I live, because those are the states. I kind of focused around the cities and towns right where I live, because those are the most comfortable for me. I can get to basically anywhere without using a GPS, so when people ask me questions, I know the answers to them, and I just really studied that market. So when I'm talking to clients, I come off super confident, knowing what I'm talking about, and then that makes them trust me a little bit more, especially being a new agent. Next question, do you ever plan to open your own brokerage? Probably not. If I was ever going to go any type of solo like that whatsoever, it would probably be starting my own team. I have no desire for that right now at all, to be honest with you. I like focusing on me and my business, but I'm also very new. So it's not something that I really want to do, is kind of, as much as I love helping other agents, obviously that's why I do these YouTube videos. That's why I have an Instagram that's all about real estate. As much as I love helping people in this field, I don't think I have the power right now, or the skills, or the resources really to help people in my community, or help agents work under me to get business, if that makes sense. I would like to be extremely seasoned as an agent, have a very big transaction count before I even thought about starting my own team. But as of right now, I will most likely never open my own brokerage, but maybe I could go back to my 10-year plan, and maybe that will be having my own team. I don't know, but right now I really enjoy where I work. I enjoy the people I work with. I enjoy my team. I don't have any desire to go elsewhere. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Next question. They say although it looks easy, but it's not even close to easy to close a deal. True or false? I'm gonna say that depends. There's really no true or false to that. Some are extremely difficult and some are extremely easy. I've been on both sides of it, where I've had one take 3 months to close because there was just a lot of negotiations. There was just a lot of issues and roadblocks along the way that we had to push through to try to get this transaction closed. And it just took a lot of time and effort and energy to get them to close. And then I actually just closed on one today where it was a referral from an attorney that I used to work for and use. And I showed them 2 houses. We put in 1 offer and we closed in 35 days, and today was the closing day. And it was just a breeze. So, I mean, you are gonna get those super easy transactions that close like that, those clients that you get under contract like that, but then you're also gonna have those clients and those listings and that it's gonna take a lot of effort at the end of the day to get it closed. But that's just kind of the name of the game when it comes to real estate. Not every transaction is gonna be the same. There's always gonna be something different that comes up that you're not expecting. But you know what? That just helps you learn, it helps you grow, and it helps you succeed. How much does YouTube and social media help you get leads in your area? So I get a lot of my leads from social media, from people that I went to high school with, and just people that know me through other people, because I like to stay very consistent on social media, and I've said this in my past videos before, that consistency, it's key when it comes to social media and marketing yourself. I'm just always posting whenever I have a closing, whenever I submit an offer, whenever an offer is accepted, just to show people that I'm still relevant in the business. And because obviously clients want to work with people who are constantly working in the business, do this full time. So obviously a lot of my time and energy is focused on just promoting myself and promoting my business. So that's what I like to do. The YouTube world is more or less just other realtors reaching out for my advice through Instagram, which I absolutely love, by the way. So it's not really business, but it's also just connecting with realtors throughout the entire United States, which I think is pretty awesome. So YouTube is more or less just me connecting with other realtors, whereas Instagram is more or less me connecting with a lot of people in my local community trying to get that business. And I'm gonna end it here with, have you ever sold a haunted house? So I've never sold a haunted house, but I did have one client who was looking for a distressed property. She was a cash buyer and she wanted to buy a distressed property to flip for her and her family to live in. And we went into some pretty scary houses. I don't know if I still have the pictures of what we found in this house, but we found like random heads, not obviously real heads, but like just random heads that like people use like at the salon, but like they had no hair on them. Just like really old, disturbing pictures. One house that actually I think it was the same house we went into. It had very scary Halloween decor up in the summertime, and it was just like very, very odd. But we go down in the basement, and we're like in the corner of the basement or whatever, and we hear a loud bang, and I honestly thought the door to the basement closed, and I'm like, this door just got locked, did it not? I'm like, we're stuck down here. I was terrified. I was like, we both just stopped and we like look at each other, we're like, what was that? Because we were the only people in the house. And so like we like slowly walk over to the stairs to look up, and the door was still open, it wasn't shut. I was like, okay, maybe it's all the way upstairs. And we did not obviously want to check. We just literally ran up the stairs and went outside. I locked the door, put the key back in the lockbox, and she was like, I'm not buying this house. I was like, I don't blame you. And it was honestly terrifying. We couldn't wait to get out of that property and just leave. So I don't know if it was haunted. I have no idea what the whole story of the property was or anything like that. I just know that my client was not buying it. So that was that. But as far as like haunted houses go or anything like that, I have not sold one, but that definitely was haunted, or there was definitely something up with it. But yeah, that is going to go ahead and conclude this video for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I answered some of your questions. If you did send me over a question and I did not get to it, I apologize. I did get bombarded with a lot of questions, and I don't want to make this video like an hour long. So if you did send me over a question that I didn't answer, feel free to shoot me over a DM or give me a comment down below. I'll answer them all for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.